intro, it basically like gets you like not afraid to start writing. Like it gives you kind of like the courage to be okay with what you got on that paper.
Intro to creative writing is the initial stage where you first become introduced to a variety of different styles in writing, anything from prose poetry to flash fiction.
So what was different about intermediate?
Intermediate gives you more space to develop your style now that you've been introduced to many different kinds of writing.
And what do you think about advanced?
Advanced is like the final step where you really feel that you're at a good place with your style and you know where you want to go with your writing.
We learn how to write prose, and we learn how to write poetry, and we do a lot of analyzing other people's poetry, and we break it apart so that we can make ourselves better and learn how to write in different ways and not stay in a box.
What made it look good to you?
When I seen you guys perform at LTAC, Louder Than a Bomb, it's a poetry competition that's held every year.
What about us?
I just like the energy and the collaborations and with the works from the students. So I wanted to collab with them, and felt like the only way that I could have the time is if I came to AW.
Welcome to AW.
Welcome to Slam in the Woods 3. Dear past me, pay attention in geometry.
Hey, for once I want to smile on my mom's face for her to be proud. Why? I want to build a platform great enough to change this world. L, I want my lyricism to touch every soul in this room.
What's your favorite lesson in creative writing?
I like doing villanelles.
So Cicely, do you have a favorite lesson from creative writing?
My favorite lesson is probably the captured talk one, where we just have to make like a poem out of different things we hear throughout the day, because it's really like there's no pressure on whether it's good or not because it's just random, but they always turn out interesting.
Favorite lesson ever, Craig?
The fable lesson, because it let me to write a fable, just like my favorite stories when I was a child. And I didn't quite write a fable, I wrote an anti-fable, which is a better version of a fable because it doesn't make sense and it's a lot more fun to write.
I liked NaNoWriMo because I was able to write what I wanted, and it helped me write a lot of things that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, we had Lisa Folkmeyer when she came, and we pulled words and phrases from a little bag, and then we had to write 10 truths about that. I just found this slip of paper.
I gotta say my favorite thing was when Lisa Folkmeyer came in and she had these words. She made us pick out these certain words, and we had to use those for the poems, and I absolutely loved it.
Nouns, I think.
Nouns, yes. It was wonderful.
So how about your experience with slam poetry this year?
Slam poetry, it really brought me out of my shell.
The first time you got up and read your poetry, tell us about that.
Okay, well basically I felt really like nervous, but like after I finished reading it and stuff, I felt empowered, and I felt I felt really good because I had finally done something I was really terrified to do in general. But like, seeing the effect it had on other people and that other people actually listened and cared about what I had to say, like it made me feel really empowered. It made me want to keep going and keep writing more poetry.
I closed my eyes looking at the mirror, hoping that the image staring back at me might change. I closed my eyes when getting on the scale because those numbers mean so much to me. But what if I stopped? What if I stopped closing my eyes and I could finally see clearly, see that I'm not what people tell me I am? And sometimes I wonder what makes me different than models striding down a runway. What makes me different?
A poet is someone with a silver tongue and golden teeth. The man who stands before you only has his honey words and wits as thick as beef. The poet bubbles their breath like the ocean brews its silver froth, and the boy who has your attention flows his murmur like a thick seafood broth. I'm not a poet. I have starved myself only feasting on paper and coffee. I am flesh and bone devoted to pencil and parchment, like the chef his knife and ladle. You are what you eat, so I am not a poet, I am poetry!